Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Misty Mountain Mondays here on Misty Mountain Streaming. I'm the D&D wannabe. My name is Rob. I am surrounded by far more interesting people who we will introduce in a second. But first, patting myself back on a little bit. Look at this shit. There's sparks flying. I figured out a new thing.
Oh, whoa. That's cool.
What? How?
On the
Wow! Look, it takes quite a bit to catch up. Give me a moment.
Dude, I thought I was having to go back and mine for clips again and go through the old streams. I'm like, man, that background's doing nothing. Like, I love the background, and Jane made the backgrounds for us ages ago, and I don't want to lose the background, but I needed motion, and now we have motion, and if it gets too distracting, someone tell me. Oh, boy. Anyway, yes, cool, welcome, and happy holiday to everybody. Happy Labor Day. I hope everybody cooked out, drank beer, did something. I have beer for after the break. I need to get through.
If you had to work on Labor Day, shout out to you. Thank you for putting that extra work, even though you shouldn't have to.
Thanks.
I used to have to do all the holiday shifts, work in restaurants. That was...
I tipped the ladies so many dollars at Dunkin'. They deserved it. Oh my god, we're so close to this magic item, I can taste it.
So close.
We haven't even used the last one.
How close are we?
Dorian, what is the last item we got?
Oh, we never found out the lamp.
No, we didn't. We just haven't talked about it.
It's a cool lamp.
Well, great. I would love to see it.
I love lamp.
Yeah, that's so cool. Would love to know.
Real quick, a couple of things. Thank you to Tetramin, who reached out to me on Instagram, I think, not that long ago. Thank you to Liquid Smoke, to Alfred Hopkins, to Roninja. That's cool. Not Ronin, not Ninja. Roninja. And Nix Corvus, who just followed, for all following. Thank you guys. Welcome to the party. This is Misty Mountain Streaming. We are the streaming part of Misty Mountain Gaming, which is a dice company, and we like to tell and experience good stories. And our favorite way to do that is through good old Dungeons and Dragons.
Play Dungeons and Dragons?
Thank you also to Robert Top for reimbursing me from last week's DM's Accomplice. And thank you to Cheesecake Panda Cause, whoever they are, for subscribing again for the 9th month.
They're really
That is
cool.
as many
I've
months
heard.
as we've had. Yeah, no personal experience with them, but I've heard good things. And also to Ellie, TNT.
I was like, let me just real quick.
If you followed, we have some channel emotes that you can now enjoy. If you're subscribed, we have way more, including the really angry fairy.
Time to spam scene. Let's go.
Go!
No, I don't want the Rob emote. I want the CN emote.
That
You're gonna make Rob sad.
It's okay.
Rob, you've
understand.
had your moment in the sun with the emotes.
Now it is the time for the
fairy
fictional
time.
characters.
Oh my god. The fact that they shake is so good.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
it?
just...
I was looking at it, genuinely thinking, how can I get this to animate? And I went into Twitch and it said, would you like to animate this emote? Yes, please.
Yes.
I know exactly
I think
how.
one of those.
One that, please. Okay, let's make sure everybody who is new, because there are some new people, know who you guys are and where to find you on the internet and how they can save money with you and support you and also the people that
Your
support
car
me.
insurance.
It is great, yes. Save 15% or more. Let's go backwards this day. Let's start with Ellie and work our way up.
Oh no. I'm not used to going
Yeah.
first.
Sudden pressure.
Well, hi. I'm Ellie. You can find me at LEDND on all of the socials, like Instagram and TikTok and stuff. I'm trying to be more on TikTok. It's that one. It says it down there. And if you use my code LE10 at checkout on Misty Mountain, you get 10% off of your dice purchases and stuff. And then I get to also keep playing with these really cool people. But that's me.
How about Crash?
Hi, I'm Crash Candy Cosplay. I do just about all of the things that everybody else here does, but I do it with pink hair.
Woo!
Send tweet. Yeah, I do makeup and armor and also I'm like really tiny, but literally
Same.
Maddie is the only tall one here. So
I am the tall.
That
yeah,
was-
follow
was
her
not
for
what this
tall
meant.
content, the tall version of the content that the other
Maddie-
three of us
Maddie
make.
and I have a very funny idea for the height difference.
Yes.
Oh,
I put together a
A
Pike
little sus.
cosplay for the last con we did together, but I'm very large, so I'm a very tall gnome.
Love
So
good.
hi.
that. That's real
What
quick.
are you thinking about
because-
making to go
Please
with?
tell me it's what I think it is.
I don't know what you're thinking, so I can't confirm nor deny.
I call keg.
Thinking ale.
Yeah, it's ale.
I love
Hi,
keg.
Gonna
hi,
be a-
it's gonna be a
teeny
short
tiny little
frog.
frog.
I love that.
That's high quality. And I wasn't doing this about size. You said you did it with pink hair, so I'm like, so that's the next level shit right there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like size.
No, not
okay.
like.
I also read size. and I was
I'm
like, oh,
sorry. I've had a lot of trouble communicating these past 31 years.
So you do pink hair and I do blue hair. So that am
Yeah.
I the blue character to your red character in an anime?
I'm definitely the
Together-
pink coated character in the
Yeah.
anime.
Together we're the
Yeah.
flag though, because I do my hair purple pretty often.
Yeah.
Nice! Oh my god, love wins. There's 3 colorful idiots in one chat. They're
For
all
representing
short.
bisexuals like me.
If you give me 5 minutes at the break, I can go put on a purple wig and we'll make it work.
Wait, I'm wearing the bi-colors tonight too. I've got the blue and the
Nice.
purple and the pink.
Hell yeah.
We
That's
planned
Maddie's
it.
just bisexual on her own.
It's true. That's me.
Anything
I
else
am
you would like to tell
unfortunately-
the party about yourself?
Oh, I was just gonna add, unfortunately, someone has to be the cishet friend of the group. And God
I
had to nerf me
also
somehow.
was there. Look at little fat face.
If you
Oh.
Hello, fat
Lady.
face.
Oh, the whiskers are doing like
Front
extra
cam
work
looks.
today.
Oh, thank you. I was hoping
love
someone
it.
would notice.
Look, I know it's been a while since I like, yeah.
Okay.
But
I-
if you use my code Crash10, you can save 9 plus 1% off your purchase.
Plus
Wow.
1, rounding
Pretty
up.
sick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love
I'm
it.
just saying.
Oh,
My code is the best.
before we go to
It
Maddie,
saves
Will
10.
Will is in the chat. Hey man,
Hi, Will.
I will.
it's John's brother Will. Harbinger Viking is back handing out 5 community subs. Somebody,
Ooh, thank you.
5 new people are gonna enjoy the new animated CN emote thanks to him. What's going on, buddy?
Also, whoever said red versus blue, we about have that dynamic.
It's a party full of caboose.
Yep, yep. It's just caboose, but make the colors different.
Okay, Maddie.
Hi. I'm Maddie, and because we were talking about whiskers, I would like to share that when I was getting ready for the stream, I went out to show my boyfriend Mason my makeup, and he went, "You have a whisker on your nose. Hold on," and plucked the whisker off my nose. So I had a little hair on here, but it's not here anymore.
Also, Maddie, you and I did
Cool.
the same eyes.
I
I
need-
love it.
I need you to send your man around to my house because I got some strays like everywhere.
Yeah, he's really good at eyebrows too, so I'll hook you up with him.
And are
He's got it
there
all down?
any musical entertainment related announcements
my
that you wish to
God.
make?
So if you're curious why I did blue eyeshadow today, it's because in Taylor Swift's new studio album that's going to be out October 21st, she has her eye makeup like this. And after the stream, I'm going to recreate the album cover because I love her.
I love
So
that.
yeah,
That's
you know,
actually
we've-
fun.
We've got like a month and a half until the album comes out. There's a couple theories about when she's going to drop a single. We've got 2 full moons before Midnight's release.
Ooh.
So we'll see what happens. But if she releases anything, I'm going to cry.
And if you
Also, I cosplay, I guess.
She does.
if you
Very well.
we had to remind people Wednesday night, if you are not familiar with Taylor Swift, she's this underground, like
Yes.
undiscovered musical
She's my
artist.
favorite indie artist.
Yeah, and really trying to
Um,
break through the glass ceiling and could really use your support.
Yeah. Nobody really knows her, so I just like to spread the word.
No one knows her
That's
like
great.
Maddie knows her.
This is true.
Oh boy.
I guess this is gonna be a thing going forward until.
Look, if no one drops ROG,
mid-October.
I'm going to not drop the Taylor Swift
Oh no,
promos.
I'm not complaining. I'll keep reminding people. You can pre-order all 4 variants of her vinyl record on her website, so store.taylorswift.com. They're 4 different colored pressings, and they're really pretty, and I already pre-ordered all of them.
It's the for me.
Sprinkle says, yeah, I heard of Taylor Swift. She has potential. See? Excellent.
So
Good.
true, Sprinkle.
So only up from here.
And Tyler. Hi.
Hi. I have, if you didn't already see, let me see if she'll do it again. We do your little grumpy face.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Vexy, she's gonna start trying to pull out of this in a second. Oh,
Yep.
there she goes.
Oh, beautiful. Amazing.
Goodbye.
Little dangled eggs. Yeah, I'm here. This weekend I'll be in Portland, and then I'll be home again for a bit before New York. So
I'm going
I
to
said
New
I
York
wasn't-
this month.
Hey,
For a wedding,
I
not
said
anything
everybody.
fun.
I said last week I wasn't gonna make everyone sad because it literally happened the day before we streamed. But if anybody doesn't follow my Instagram, I lost my little Ori last week, but she was a 3-year-old old lady. She was pretty old, and these two are doing fairly well on their own. They're just a little funked out, but they're doing good. I'm feeling better. So. And a 10% off.
Oh, I forgot about that. I hyped
And
up
a 10.
Taylor instead of
On
giving
your
him my
car
code.
insurance.
I'm good at this. Yeah, it's free real estate.
If you missed anyone's code or need to be reminded of it or want to go see the cosplays or the funny videos or just like seeing photos of rats, the way to
also
be
have a
reminded
cool
of all of
cup.
those things.
Ooh.
Yes.
So cute.
that the boys gave me at Toronto.
Aww.
And that
So
Steven
neat.
handed it to me, and he said "we," which means I think it was him and Tucker.
I love that.
That's precious.
I got this today because I can't be stopped
okay,
anymore.
great.
Plant.
I keep buying. There's so many plants in this goddamn room.
I just got a button maker.
Wow.
So, I mean,
I'll have these random things just sitting around here. I
The
have this
Batman.
whole-
the Michael Keaton Batman. As
Oh,
it
Yes.
should be.
you're really
But-
letting that tummy hang out. Oh, look
Hold
at
on,
that.
hold on.
Oh, look at that.
But you can
Wow.
follow everyone's everything at the ats under
Yeah,
the
They're all
faces.
signed Taylor Swift albums if we're doing show and tell.
Oh gosh.
Nice. I love.
I have a lot of dice handy. I
This
can
is my show and
that.
tell.
This one's my wood die. I've got
Munch, munch,
2,
munch.
but this
These are my
one's like
babies.
lots of colors,
Got a donut,
like stripy.
makeup
Ooh.
sponge.
I got some tiny dice because I was.
Oh
like,
yeah, the
it's
donut
time.
sponge. Oh, they're so small. Knife. There's a lot going on.
Okay,
All of it I like.
before we get into
There's
D&D,
4 plants on my
which
desk.
we will be getting into stuff for D&D, I've been thinking about, I was really hoping it would just go in.
Will.
Pringles
He
can!
will.
I was thinking about different things, ways that people could support the channel that do not involve them spending money, because there has been an overwhelming amount of financial support for this channel in recent months. There's also been some perhaps over support from
How you get all
some
the way
members
in.
of the community.
Never mind.
So instead of putting something that's based on money down in the corner beneath me, we're doing stuff just telling your friends. So we have a follower goal for this month instead of a subscription goal or a cheering goal or
Okay.
any of those things. So if you know someone that might like us and doesn't know about us, just send them our way, and we will have a giveaway when we hit the 60. I'm want to give away a set of malachite stone dice.
Ooh.
I do not
those
have
are
them
cool.
with
I
me.
love the Malachites.
The Malachites are dope.
Google malachite. It's not Malphite. That's a League of Legends character, but malachite, and it's this green and black striped gemstone. It's very eye-catching. It's sexy
It
AF.
almost looks kind of like a wood grain, but it's
It does. It
stone
looks
and
a-
Yeah, it
green.
does.
It looks a lot like that, just clean green and black.
My
It's
set isn't
beautiful.
accessible, but they're really cool.
It's
So I
been
don't.
on my list for a while.
I will have them to show in some time. Also, thank you to Evelyn May Cosplay, who subscribed for her 3rd month. Hello, and thank you very much. Enjoy your emotes and your emojis.
I also have to say thank you to Zebby, who said I will protect that rat with my life.
Quick thank you to familiar faces. We have Alice Hydra. Alice Hydra? Alice Hydra. Alice is here.
Idris Elba?
Yes,
I
Idris
love
Elba
him.
is here. Knuckles?
I loved him in Cats.
Oh no!
Is it-
I loved him as
Knuckles.
Knuckles.
Yes.
Thank you to Fabled42. Hello, welcome back. Will is here, Harbinger Viking. Always a pleasure, my friend. Good old Robert Top. As well as our community moderators, Cheesecake Panda, who very much is here. I've checked. And the Existential Nerd. And Sprinkle the Lich King. Never leave out Sprinkle the Lich King. Welcome back, my friend. That pretty much
Love our mods.
handles announcements for me. Well, I'm going to be in Ottawa with my little brother for a Misty Mountain convention up there. If you are going to a convention in Ottawa this weekend, come buy some dice from us. We're there. We're cool.
If you, go say hi to both of them and bother both of them and ask them how the lollipops were.
Mine is still riding around in my bag. I got a little. It's gonna be in my mouth on a Friday stream at some point. In fact, I will have it. I will have it in my bag at the show. I can show you.
Yes. Context. When I went to the aquarium with Steven, it was like everybody who's not going out to do things today needs a souvenir, so I bought them lollipops with bugs in them.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's it. Oh.
I got a tequila worm, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Adam got the cricket, so.
Frankly, I would rather have a tequila worm.
Cricket I couldn't do.
Had one with ants in it, and I'm like, well, that looks too boring.
So.
That's true. My mom ate ants when she was younger.
My boyfriend does that.
Not like just out from the ground, but like it was a thing that you could get.
On a flip note, my mom got stung by a red fire ant and had blood poisoning for a couple weeks.
Blood poisoning?
Yeah.
Damn.
Wait, you mean like the big ones?
They're that big and they're bright red, and ants apparently carry a lot of nasty in their gums.
Oh yeah, no, that's not the ant I'm thinking of. The one I'm thinking of is like an actual demon.
The cow killer ants that are like that big.
Yes, that don't die. You can't crush them.
Well, that's like a centipede. I've before cut those things in half on accident in my house, and they both halves run away from me.
Oh.
Okay, can we not talk about any of that? Oh my god!
We played Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, we played Dungeons and Dragons.
Tell everybody a funny little story before we finish on this topic. Is that apparently the internet has dubbed New Mexico the Diet Australia.
Yeah,
so take that as
on your stories. That checks out.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
So if you need to scale back the accent at any point, Crash, you can just do like a New Mexican accent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure, I know that.
Almost as bad.
Just talk like Ty.
Sound like Ty.
Just talk like me. Or no, we
do I
here
not
have a very high Native American Hispanic population. So
see, I don't know how to talk like Ty because I don't hear an accent, and I don't really have a definitive accent.
Well, it's okay.
So
You already talk like me. We're the same person, remember?
That's true.
Good. Nobody in chat talk.
Oh, Ro Ninja saw one of those cow killer ants.
Oh god.
Yep, recently.
Get those.
That's it. Yeah, we
giant
called them cow
spiders.
killer ants. I couldn't remember the word for it.
I wish that didn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
I wish that
They
didn't
can-
exist.
If you want to be upset,
Frick you
Google
up.
that. That is.
Yeah, a calcular or cow killer ant. It's called that for a reason. It'll freaking kill you.
It'll kill your cow.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, because you can't really, like, easily treat a cow. It won't immediately kill a person. It's not like the octopus or anything, but whatever that, like, the yellow blue-spotted octopus that, like, can, like, instantly kill you.
I thought you meant in general octopuses just to, like, walk around and go, like, I'm gonna eat a person.
Have you been around an octopus in the wild?
They're too smart.
Here.
Way too smart. Nothing that only has one solid part of its body, and the rest of it is just brain.
I
should
do love
exist.
There was one time that Crash and I were just in the chat together, just us, and we're like, "Oh, it's alone time. You want to know octopus facts?" And
Yes,
went
and
on
that's
for
what we
30
did for like
minutes.
another, like half an hour.
Has anybody heard the story of the octopus that broke out of its own tank in an aquarium,
Yes.
snuck into a different
So
one,
many.
ate a shark, and then came back?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear
Not
about the
that
shark
one.
I
It's
heard
like
about
a
the
little midnight snack, you know.
There's a
Wow.
reason
And
I
same
love
with
all
cheese.
I like all the weird animals. Like I love elephants and I love octopuses and I love
'Cause
Tasmanian devils.
See, the
Franco
kicker
the
for
Lich
me
King.
is that they're colorblind, but they can camouflage in color.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that
Somehow they know.
there's
They know.
something arcane or something extraterrestrial going on
Eldritch.
here. That
You're like-
Franco the
can't
Lich King
work.
says, "Nature be wild." That makes me think of the way back in the Family Guy days of the
Sure
damn nature,
do. Damn,
you
nature,
scary.
you scary.
Well, it's like
that's the
There's a
Snoop Dogg.
lot.
the two
There's
octopus.
a good Snoop Dogg thing where he's like narrating an
I
actual
love
thing.
those.
Yeah, I'm
I
just like,
love
is that a
those.
mongoose?
We
All
the boys,
right.
we the boys.
Before we get started, thank you, Insane Mistress, for the follow. I suspect that's someone who's in an RP Discord with me, and if so, hello. If not, you have a very eerily similar name to someone who's in an RP Discord with me. Speaking of role-playing, what do y'all say
Oh, we did that.
we play some
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons? Everybody got dice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have some time.
Okay.
I guess.
That's good.
Bitty boys. Love those. Where'd it go?
I have my big boy own dice out.
I rolled a 20 on my little guy.
Nice!
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wasted
that's good
it,
fun.
Ellie. You
Should
wasted
roll
it.
something fun.
No, no.
I rolled a 2, so all things are as it should be.
Here, Monday doesn't
Do a
often
quick
get to see
roll,
the magic
please.
rat. Hey,
4.
you
Magic
wanna
rat,
actually
magic
lick
rat,
it?
come on.
Wanna actually lick it?
Yes,
Oh, here.
I'm not gonna
Are you
roll the
gonna-
campaign dice
Look
idly.
at her little feet.
I got a 6 on the tiger's eye.
That went in the floor. Let me
Nice.
find it.
I love her little hands. She looks like she's holding a little beach ball.
Yeah.
That is an 18. Girl.
It's
Nice.
3 times what I
Yeah.
rolled. Alright, guys. Well, if you needed a little bit of a reminder of what is going on, or if this is your first time joining in the stream, these 4 heroes, as we will call them, have fled their home following some unfortunate circumstances. They're wanted by the law. A benefactor and personal friend of one member of the party helped them escape under cover of night, taking them out of the safety of the town of Heart's End and into the wilds of Blackreach. Blackreach is not the kind of place that you want to be in. The terrible things that live out in the wilds, the things that are unwelcome in the rest of the world, hunted in the rest of the world, find solace and strongholds here at the corner of the world. As they have experienced, you can go from relative safety to danger quite quickly, as a chance encounter with an ogre became a deadly experience with some bullets. The next place where they have been promised some sense of safety, some sense of civilization, community, and protection is the township of Bleakhaven to the west. They've traveled a little more than a day to reach this town, mostly on foot, and following the unpleasantness with the bullets, they went into the moors, thinking that these burrowing creatures might have a greater difficulty following them and tracing them. Fortunately for them, rightly so. Sabbast remembered an errand, I suppose we could call it. An old mentor and friend had left her a trinket that could be returned or presented as an emblem or token to the Lady of the Moor, the White Lady, in exchange for some ambiguously good thing. In the night of Blackreach, you were led by trails of fireflies to a glassy lake, a dark lake. Dorian quickly placed his hand in the water with the surprising effect of turning it briefly to bone.
Forgot
About
about
that.
that.
I
Both of
didn't.
you.
Oh, Dorian. Don't change.
Immediately
I want to do
following,
it again.
No!
Yeah. I want to put my face in there. No, I'm kidding.
I really want to be Brooke
Temporary,
from One
right?
Piece. Just immediately following the water's tranquil disturbance, fireflies leapt up from all around, created this almost flaming tornado in the middle of the pool, so many and so quickly that it caused the surface of the water to sink down like a whirlpool, and climbing that whirlpool as though it were a set of stairs and crossing the water towards you was the White Lady. Tall, ethereal, clad almost in moonlight, she extended a hand towards Sabbast, who presented the charm, which flew from her hand and into the hand of the White Lady, and then her vision went white. The next thing you see, Sabbast, is Randall Thorpe's front porch. Randall Thorpe would go on to leave this charm for you, this lupine necklace that you had been wearing. But this, you remember, this was long ago. This was years ago when you were still quite small. You had only recently met Randall Thorpe, a man who most of Heart's End wished nothing to do with. A man who was eccentric, a man from beyond the walls. Not a local, always viewed as an outsider, but outsiders tell the best stories. Sabbast, you watch your younger self having an exchange with Randall Thorpe. He is a man, human man, of questionable age. I will say the long hair and the wrinkles that crease his face would tell you that he is indeed quite old. But the spring in his step and the tone of his muscles speak different. Confusing combination. What does little Sabbast look like?
Oh, the actual Snaby. She would probably have the same, like, olive green complexion. Scales, not quite as pink. Still, like, kind of about the same color and, like, a lot softer. I'd say she wouldn't have pink in her hair either, but she does have it in little braids up in 2 buns with little flowers around.
That is adorable.
I was so excited when you said that.
Little Snaby.
Someone draw this right now.
Randall Thorpe
Snaby.
has an Einsteinian mane of white and gray hair that he is just constantly pushing away from his face so that he can see you. It seems like it has a mind of its own, and its mind is constantly to be in his way. And welcome to the Raiders. Yikes.
Oh, hi.
Thank you, Sassy Skills.
We're in the past.
Yeah.
Back.
And Randall Thorpe is telling you. Right. So, I fled. For my life, of course I did. There was really no other recourse. When you're being hunted by 3 towering trolls, all you do is run. If you ever find yourself in such a situation, young miss, you also should run. I made it as far as the chill. We talked about the chill before the river coming down from the mountains. The northern, you'll remember. Anyway, so I made it there. I leapt in. My swords, my shield were weighing me down, but I swam as best I could. The cold bit right through everything that I was wearing.
Enough water to swim?
Yes. I forget you haven't... Yes, dear, there's so much water that you could swim in it, and it moves. You haven't seen a river, have you?
Not yet, no.
I forget that you have lived such a sheltered life. Yes, and it's very, very cold. Think of the coldest you have been, and it wasn't nearly so cold as this. Actually, that's a good point. Are you cold-blooded? I don't know how that works.
I mean, I don't really know the difference. That's just what Pop said.
Right. Well, I would very much not recommend you jumping in, because it nearly paralyzed me instantly. It would probably do even worse to you. But I swam to the other side, and when I reached there, I looked up, and I saw a woman. A statuesque woman. Tall, white, with radiant hair. I looked back. The trolls were no longer following. Something had scared them. I thought perhaps this woman, but I was not terrified, no. I, unlike you, am a hot-blooded man, and seeing this woman did not inspire fear in me. But she was ethereal, and he was looking at you as he tells the story, and now he kind of looks up and beyond you, as if remembering and forgetting that he's telling the story in an effort to be entertaining.
What's ethereal?
Otherworld. I'm sorry, what was I missed the question.
What's ethereal?
I suppose it means like the ether, which is...
What's the ether?
It's a...
This is a child!
It is a place,
Oh,
it is an... ghostly. Let's say ghostly. She looked like a ghost, but a very physical ghost and a very real ghost.
Alright.
Anyway. She took my hand. Asked me why I was running. And I told her. She asked me where I was running from. And I told her. She asked if I would like to come with her. And of course I did. I had no home. I had no one. This was long before I met the missus, you see. And I stayed with her. I stayed with her some time. Out in the moors, west of here. And I'd like to think that we became friends. As I left, he pulls out this little charm from underneath his tunic that has the image of a wolf's head howling at a crescent moon that is nestling it. She gave me this and told me that if ever I needed help, to return to her with this little token, and that she would remember me, that she would care for me, and that she would help me to the best of her ability. Which I do not mind telling you. Something told me that her ability was beyond my humble understanding. The old lady doesn't like me telling the story, by the way. You understand. Oh, you'll understand when you're older.
I mean, why would she help you, though?
No, that is the thing. I don't know. But I think it all changed when I told her where I was from. I'm from this place up the road. It's not very far. With as dangerous as it can be, it can feel like an eternity away. It's a village called Bleakhaven.
Like,
I thought I would spend my whole life there. But lucky for the two of us, I didn't, eh? I never would have met you.
mm,
Eddie, you look
He's
like you
real
have a
mad.
question.
I don't know. How did a ghost give you something that you can hold on to?
I don't think she was actually a ghost. I mean, she may have been, and if so, that is no fault of hers, I assure you, and I don't hold it against her, but I don't think she was a ghost. But, in all fairness, I'm not sure what I think she was.
You think she
Me-
was from Bleakhaven?
No. No. But to me, in that moment, and for those few days I was there, she was a goddess. As far as I was concerned. And
Oh.
she still is, to me. If I'm very lucky, maybe I shall see her again. You know,
So cool.
he comes off of his rocking chair and sits on the edge of the porch beside you and speaks in a softer tone. There's no one quite around you, and yet he takes this precaution. Says, "You know where you're from, Sabbast?"
Remember the name. It's across the ocean.
Would you ever like to
Can't
return to
remember.
there?
I don't know. I mean, Dad says that there's just not really nice people back there. So why would I want to go back if they were mean to Dad and Pops?
He puts a heavy arm around your young, scaly shoulders.
I'm
Says,
gonna hold it with both hands.
"Listen, little one. Everywhere.
Not that little.
You're not
That's
that
just me.
I'm sorry. Listen, Sabbast. The world is full of not nice people. And the world is filled with not nice places. I'm not prepared to say that any one is really any better than another, because they all have the same problem. There's people there. So for my money, you go where you want, with whoever you want, and stay as long as you like. And when you're done staying there, when you're done enjoying it, move on to the next terrible place, and enjoy it just as much."
I'm not bored of this place yet. So I'll probably stay here for a while.
You know, I'm not either. Do you mind if I stay with you in this place a little longer, Sabbast?
And
Depends.
are you gonna stay around here with me for a little while?
I think I might.
And Mrs. Thorpe too?
Oh, yes. Mrs. Thorpe, too.
Hmm.
I think I shall have to stay as long as she makes me. But, at least with you around, I'll enjoy it a little bit more. Now,
I'll get stories of my own someday. I bet I can tell you those.
he tucks his necklace back into his shirt and claps you with a large hand on the back. Says, "I can't wait to hear them. I'll have to stick around just for that."
I'm gonna learn how to swim. I'll show you.
to learn to run first. Now,
I know how to run.
do
I can run
you?
really fast.
I'll race you home. On your
Alright,
mark.
but I'll have to go easy on you.
That's terribly considerate of you. On your mark. Get set.
Set.
And then he pushes you down and starts running.
Fuck them kids.
Kids.
What's that mean?
Oh my
As
That
As
has
your-
the same energy as like the Grinch in the potato sack race when he's like knocking down the children.
Oh my god, it is.
As your younger self runs by you, the half-light of the town of Heart's End fades away. It is replaced by darkness once again. The visible through your dark vision faces of your friends, and the luminescent woman standing on the pool several dozen feet away, holding that same necklace in her hands. Everyone else's perspective, Sabbast takes a few hard blinks and a step back. Only a couple of seconds have passed. Every now and again, I would like to do this as we keep going with this campaign, as it likely changes here and there. I would like everyone to briefly remind everyone and tell newcomers to the stream what and who your character is and how to envision them in this space. We'll go the reverse order of how we introduced ourselves earlier. Can we start with Dorian?
Give me 2 seconds while I talk. Hi, my name is Dorian. I'm a warlock, a creepy undead warlock, and I have a bird named Morty, and this is my scary boy.
Ah, man, the gold really... I didn't know it was like that
Yeah.
reflective when you drew it.
fun.
Cool.
Snap.
Yeah, but here's little man.
That does not
Little
come
scary.
through in photos of that, by the way.
Yeah.
Eh.
The boy.
Oh, I'm a level 3 undead warlock. This is his accent. He's little British punk. So, yeah.
Oh, punk.
How about Nimwyn?
Yes, well, Nimwyn is half Furbolg, half Satyr, and she is very tall, and she has small energy because she is very soft and likes friends. And she has this like t-shirt dress thing that has a bunch of embroidery on it that she did herself. And she's got these big fluffy ears that are more Satyr than Furbolg, and she has flowers on her head to strategically hide little creepy antlers that she doesn't like to show people. And you can watch a previous episode to see what those creepy antlers are from if you're curious. And she's got a little tail that sometimes wags when she's especially happy.
I didn't know that. I love
Yeah.
that.
She was wagging it during our sleepover at the beginning.
Imagining the cute little like deer flicks, just like the.
Mhm.
whoop, whoop.
I do like
That's
that at the
exactly what it
beginning.
is.
Is it white on the underside, so
Yeah.
it signals danger when you run?
Yeah, it's got the brown on the top and the white on the bottom.
God, that's so cute.
You're gonna make
You want your
people
character
want
to
to
be
draw.
cute, just give it a tail.
Yeah.
now
bear in
the
mind, these
Discord
two
is-
characters are best friends.
Oh, so
Yes.
close.
Dorian's my best friend, and he's not as scary as everyone says he is. He's actually really talented and smart and cool.
Tim says that all the time, but really she's the talented one and the smart one and the cool one because I've never had a friend before. Except for Morty, the three-eyed raven, who everybody is freaked out by, but
Yes.
here's Morty, the three-eyed raven.
Oh.
I get it wrong. I can't see when I do this.
You're good.
That's it. That's good. Right
Yeah,
there.
right there. Right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Remind.
Okay.
This
We've known
isn't.
each other for like a week in total, but we're
So-
best friends.
Did a lot of trauma dumping.
Yes, we know everything
like
about the
one
other person.
Eh.
remind me at some point, Tyler. I've thought this since the first session, and we have not talked about it. It has nothing to do with the stream, but I need to talk to you about another golden-eyed raven in another campaign that we had at some point.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Uh,
Fair warning also for everybody. The minute that I get an hour, this golden-eyed raven's becoming a little three-eyed pseudo-dragon.
Oh,
Yeah!
yes,
Another
yes.
Snavy!
Sabbast, how has you changed over the years?
Oh. Well, Sabbast has still a little bit more verdant than when she was a kid. Olive green complexion with scales peppering most of what would be her chest and belly, and then some kind of around the sides of the head. Basically the high points of her body that are like pink tinted, but hard plated. She has dozens of small braids making up 3 little buns that go from a dark brown to a magenta and then a pink. Little flowers dotted here and there. And yellow eyes with slitted irises. And a bit of a longer face than a normal human might have. She's wearing desert clothing, and she is a level 3 desert druid. So, yeah. It's my girl.
And since we are going in, I think, descending order of height, by accident,
We really are.
Oh,
at least close to, how about Naya?
Hey, I'm Naya. Naya is just this little, like, 5'2", blue-skinned, air genasi, and, I am a celestial warlock. I got my powers recently. I don't like them that much, if I'm being honest. Like, I kind of wish things would go back to what they were, but here we are. And, she's a little awkward. She got anxiety for sure. But, yeah, like, last session, we're like, Nimwyn did fantastic. She knew her spells, and Dorian tanked, and Sabbast turned into a warhorse, and wild shape for the first
intentionally
time.
tanked.
And, like, and Naya was the closest to mentally well that we have probably seen.
We are so proud of her.
Yeah.
We really are.
She's having a little bit of a time, but she wears a plain black kind of frock. She used to have a little, or it's like a kind of a charcoal, and then she had a little black sort of shawl. But we are running from the law for maybe murder, so that is gone.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Maybe.
We could make people think that we didn't.
It's a big maybe.
Entirely accidental murder.
Yeah,
Entirely temporary murder, because we're fixing it.
Yeah.
We're fixing it.
Buy
I did
you
that
a new
oopsies
jacket
murder.
later.
And I also accidentally maybe like blasted the face off of like a really cute boy, but like I think he's probably still cute, but he probably doesn't want to talk to me.
Just a little bit.
That's it.
So,
I like that you just had us introduce characters, because I've literally been doodling on the backup character for the day that Dorian does something stupid and dies.
No.
Because we almost got there.
Yeah.
That happen.
We almost got there
Never
last
let
week.
that happen.
We almost got there last week. Like, imagine if he did put his head in the
Oh my god.
I've got like 2 backups for
Do you
Naya
imagine?
because like she's struggling.
I haven't made
Just
any
to-
backup characters yet because I believe in all of us.
I have
we
no
haven't made any
backups.
backup
I
characters.
never
because
have
you're the
backup
healer.
characters. Are you kidding?
I
don't know what
get
that is.
excited about design and ideas for stupid personalities.
I made
Yeah.
a bar.
So, these 4 people are standing at the edge of the lake in the heart of the moor. The White Lady gazes at you all, and each of you personally have the feeling she is looking directly into your eyes. And she asks, "Where did you get this? This does not belong to you.
It does. It was gifted by Randall Thorpe. Do you remember him?
I remember. Where is Randall Thorpe?
I don't know. Thought maybe he'd still be out here looking for you. Something.
She looks down at the totem just dangling from her open palm by its cord. She looks up to all of you again. Says, "This is not for you. You have no need of its power. What is it that you do?"
I don't know. I want to find him. I want to provide for my family. Maybe see outside.
I think while they're having this conversation, under her breath, Maya's gonna be like, "You need my brother."
I want to help my friend's brother.
She nods once, very slowly. What you need belongs to Randall Thorpe.
How would I get that? What do you mean? That's all he left me.
But not all he had to give. She lets the totem fall from her hands into the lake. There's no splash. There's no ripple, even. I can find Randall Thorpe. It
Okay.
will take time.
How long? You mean is he out like here? Like somewhere?
I will know soon. If this treasured trinket was given as a gift, he is not safe. He is not well. He knows I will interpret this message as a cry for help.
He's alive. He's not dead.
I would know if he died.
Maya's gonna
Good.
arm around.
Maya, you feel
I
a
knew it would
tiny
be.
hand giving you a little pat on the back of the leg, and you look down and it's not Dorian, it's Morty weirdly standing there, just like a foot
The
up.
whole leg?
Yeah, the whole leg.
Dear God.
Rob does not have that kind of flexibility.
Neither does
No.
Ellie. Get hit
Neither
by a
do
car. What
most
do you want?
ravens, probably.
It's the
Very
Pilates.
flexible. So.
Randall trusts you. Then I will trust you too. You may stay on my moor tonight. No harm will come to you. So long as you're in my land, you are safe.
Very.
Where are you going?
Like,
She rises, and you thought she was standing to her full height, and either she had further to stand, or she just grew several inches before your eyes.
all right, why
And
not?
she says,
I love a tall lady.
We do love a tall lady.
Do you have on a black hat all of a sudden?
no, still white hair. That place is not for you. That place, since ancient times, is accursed and a prison for those that dwell there. Do not enter, lest you too become a captive.
We would told to go there.
She says nothing in response to that.
From behind Sabbast, Dorian is looking just slightly over her shoulder because he's just a tad taller. Like Nim probably is the only one that can tell that like
God.
there's a very dangerous look in his eyes right now as he's staring down this woman.
You mean staring way up?
Yeah, just
Yeah, Nim links pinkies with Dorian just to kind of keep him where he is, just in case. She's like, we've already seen the hand go in the pool. We're gonna stay
Not
next
again
to each
today.
other now.
Yeah.
She says, "This lad is wounded, festering, injured from long ago. I seek to cure it from all that ails it. But before you treat a wound, you must remove the blade, or no healing can come. Randall trusts you. Will you help me?"
Am I allowed to ask something first?
Her head tilts slightly to the side.
What does all that have to do with us? I
Nothing.
mean, yes, well, nothing?
No more than anyone in Heart's End, in Bleakhaven, in Stone's Throw, above or beneath the earth.
We're just lucky.
She looks down for a moment and puts the back of her hand to her lips. And you think you see a slight shaking of her shoulders, as though she's momentarily suppressing a laugh. I'm afraid not.
I'll give a bit of a look to everyone.
A way to do like an insight check on this lady.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a thing.
It's like she's cryptic as shit.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Reminds me of like Fi from Skyward Sword.
Here, do you have to do it yourself? Don't drop it in the floor this time.
Let's go, Vexy.
There it goes.
That was a
I'm
good
dropping on the
job.
floor this time. Oh, you know I'm gonna.
Not too bad, not as good as you usually do. Oh,
She's rusty.
yeah. Let me add. Oh crap, I still have Cian's sheet up. Give me a sec, I gotta switch characters around.
do
Unless
that
you want
every
this
week.
for the night, unless you want this, come on, let's do a
Oh,
fireball.
could you imagine a
Boy.
season takeover of
Especially
our
with
Monday
that-
night?
With this
With
party?
that new, especially with the new magic item.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we'd love to know about.
No, not this one. I got something wonderful
Cian
and
got
horrid on
something
Monday nights.
Wild.
Yeah. Something that is definitely gonna make me not the person that this character originally was. And by that I mean we might be consuming some things we're not supposed to eat. But anyway.
She means Wednesday nights.
what I
Tune in on
mean.
Wednesday nights to see what that
Yes,
means.
I'm not spoiling it, but Wednesday nights. Insight, where's my insight? Okay, I've only got a +1. So that's a 16.
16. You're not terribly familiar with this person. You're not terribly sure that she necessarily works the way that most people work. As you are reading through, you don't see any signs of deceit or holding back, and she actually does. With the 16, you earn something. With the 16, you think that she actually may want your help and is asking in perhaps a very standoffish and guarded way, and is very prepared for you to decline. But whether or not she's trustworthy, you've only had a little bit of time with her, and she is surrounded by some very weird stuff. But she seems interested in persuading you.
I'm gonna send that in a message to Sabbast, just out of a need for secrecy.
Yeah.
Then he knows how his mom seemed to always be able to know when he was sneaking around doing things he wasn't supposed to, like in some weird way. So maybe this will help mask it at least a little bit. But yeah, he's just gonna send a message and be like, I think she genuinely wants help. She's guarded. I don't understand. She seems on edge. She wants us to help her, but that she's accepted that we may say no. I don't know. It's your call. I can reply to this message.
She won't reply to your message, but you can tell that she got it.
Picture this ethereal woman standing in front of us, and you two are just like,
Send tweet.
Pulls out phones, puts on
y'all
red.
are stuck beating this woman hard.
She doesn't know what this is. Did you help Randall for a reason? Or was he also just lucky?
You think perhaps she returns to however she was before, whether she shrank or slouched or whatever it might be. She seems still tall, but not as intimidatingly so. She says, Randall is one of my children. I look after my children.
You mean like you're his mum? Or like he's a follower of you? Children?
Dorian's gonna send a message to him and be like, I'm very confused. That was a grown-ass man from what I've understood.
Listen,
Nim
have you
replies-
met grown men? You never know.
Nim replies back and just goes, I lost track a while ago. I'm just happy she said we could sleep here.
Way to go, Nim. Attention span of a goldfish, that one.
I need y'all to know I just leaned back and almost flipped my chair, but I saved it.
I would have lost my marbles.
Dude, I hit my head on so much shit.
He is from me, but he is not my son.
And then why wouldn't he tell me that? Why would he give me the pendant and not say anything? Or why would he have me give it back? Why didn't he just do it?
I do not know.
So,
There is much I can see and hear. Yes, from here. But it is not everything. With his token, I can learn.
we'll help you. But if we are, we need to know where we actually need to go first.
There is a house. A large place. In the woods north of here. Its owners long gone. There are squatters there now. That place may be safe. From its god. Sorrow grow. To cure this land, I require a bouquet of sorrows.
I'm gonna be like, hi, my name's Naya.
all four of us, hi.
Are we the bouquet? Because we all have different color palettes?
We are a bouquet.
But, Nim, yes, the fuck you are a flower. Like, absolutely.
Duh.
A word of warning. and all of you, except Dorian, lose the sense that she is looking at you.
Oh.
You must not, under any circumstance, make the acquaintance of the lady of the house.
Why is that?
You will find it very hard to leave.
She like you? More of a presence? Fingers there?
No. She is but a maid.
She hot?
You
I
ask
roll on
that?
a scale.
I'll be like,
Roll
I
on a
can't
scale.
leave. I can't.
I'm pretty sure that was Ellie's voice and not Naya's.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I want to
Big
know.
time. It's important to the plot.
Hell yeah. We're staying. We're moving in.
No, Dorian, ask her what the lady of the house looks like so you know who to avoid.
Nim, I think she can't hear you. Okay. What does she look like so that we can avoid her? Yeah, I mean, you probably know as well as I do it. Those that you really shouldn't trust are sometimes really good at getting under your skin. Can you?
If nothing has changed, she will be the only woman there. She hides her face behind a porcelain mat.
I don't like that. Never mind. I don't want her.
Like when you said that, your whole camera shook.
My camera went, no.
Gonna start just like making like filed mental notes of all of these things to try to remember.
I'm gonna step forward a little bit. Well, we're happy to help you in this way that we can. I'm Naya. I know that people call you the White Lady, but I don't know if that you were given by people or if is there something you
Audio's kinda cutting in and out.
What's your name? Tony!
That was a very nice way of asking originally. That was very lovely.
That's
Now I'm just picturing from across. Now I'm just picturing from across the lake. It's nice. It's going, what's your name, bro? What's your name? Can't hear you. What's your name? What's your name?
Like trying so hard to be polite.
Tony!
Fuck you, Tony!
She
Is there
says,
something you'd rather be called?
no,
Okay.
not anymore.
Oh.
There's sad things behind that.
When you return,
Adorable.
I will have answers about Rand. In the morning, I will have a gift as thanks for telling me of his trouble. I have many gifts to give if you serve me well.
Yeah. Thank you.
She turns and looks to each of you in turn, as though giving you an opportunity if you wished to say anything.
I'll give everyone a look.
Nim raises her hand.
This one.
And I kind of like part my little flowers to show the little craggly antlers.
Aww.
I don't know if you have any sort of specific sort of like magic or talents, but could you do anything about these? They might seem bad, but I promise I'm not bad.
What would you have done?
I'd like them to go away, but I don't know how possible that is.
May I see them?
I walk forward like this. And I hold them out like my head to her.
There is still a great distance between the two of you, thanks to the lake. She does not approach. Rather, she limply lifts a hand in your direction, and they start to grow.
No. And I try to push them down.
They-
That's the opposite of what I wanted.
They continue to grow,
No.
just
please
pushing
stop.
your hands up.
Please stop.
Everyone, besides Nimwyn, whose hands are above her eyeline, see her hands start to flash and crack with green energy.
No, wait, this is the opposite of what I wanted.
The dagger's gonna like
Hey,
in a
stop! What are you
supernatural way
doing?
just like slip out of the sleeve and is already there, just like ready if he has to run across the water.
Run across the water.
Yeah, Jesus, run.
You got
Yeah,
no
certainly.
legs.
Do
Dry.
it. Dorian can do anything.
Send Morty with the dagger across the water.
None of you have seen her horns, and it is not horns. You know she's half satyr, and you've heard of satyrs. One or two of you might have seen satyrs, and expect goat horns, ram's horns. They're not fully grown, and you imagine they could grow quite a lot more, but these are branching, twisted, black antlers, jagged, almost thorny, pointing up and out from her head in all directions.
Please put them. Please, I didn't want this to happen. I've been trying to keep them away.
You're muted. Janie, you're muted.
Your Discord is muted, I think.
Wonderful.
There it is.
I just
'Cause
saw
I have
that.
a
Oh my
puppy
god.
screaming at me.
Yeah.
If you want help, I must know how.
I'm trying to find the answer. I don't know it. My mum says it's my dad, because of him, but we don't know specifically anything really.
If I
But
am
please
to
put
help,
them away.
you must let me see.
She kind of just pulls the flowers down and holds them in her hands, but she looks absolutely miserable. She's kind of slouching and tucking away, even though she has this large frame to her, and she's quivering a little bit.
Dorian's gonna step up and like one of his arms with her, and the other hand has the dagger out. He's gonna shoot a look at the lady that very clearly says, "Do what you need, but if you hurt her, I'm coming for you." Like,
Naya would have come up and like as well.
I would have come up and what?
Oh, linked an arm as well.
All right.
I don't know what my mic's doing today.
It's good. And Dorian, you said you're standing behind her with a knife.
I'm now linking an arm, like standing next to her, holding the knife in the other hand.
Gotcha.
Basically, just sending off the vibe of like, you do anything that we're not gonna like, you know. So I have sleepy little rat baby. She's asleep.
Oh, I
Oh.
love her.
It looks like a little cow. Okay.
Yeah.
Lady's hand rises once again, and the horns continue to grow.
I'll hold Nim's arm.
Bro, why?
They start to take a more distinct shape. As they branch and twist, start even to mingle together at some points. There's a pattern to it. If anyone, and I'm sure you all have, has seen any... This is not quite... Don't read too much into the comparison, but very, like, into the iconography, but it is very much that shape. If you have seen Yggdrasil drawn, like the great tree, in that fan shape, that is a crown of horns on Nimwyn's head now. And Nimwyn, as the pattern closes, as the pattern is finished, as it were, that green energy courses all over your body.
She
There
just
are now
squeezes her eyes shut.
2 people touching.
Oh, I shove them back. I will use all of my strength to shove them both away if I know that this is what's happening.
I don't think you do.
Okay.
It's okay, there's a long rest coming.
Then she's just squeezing her eyes shut. and
Okay,
she's all
fine.
tense. I'm not okay with this, but it's the story. It's fine. I can heal you.
You are going to push them back as soon as you feel it begin. We will take that into account as what happens. You are briefly exposed, both Naya and Dorian, to a powerful and very painful force. I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Just those two?
They were
What's wrong
touching,
with y'all?
They linked
holding
arms
onto
with
arms.
me.
which I did
Oh.
in no way invite, but I love the role play, so here we go.
They
Oh,
love
boy.
her, Rob.
I'm gonna
Honestly, like, when I noticed
rub
it
this
hurts,
on
I'd
the
probably
little
grab her
sleepy.
tighter. Like, this probably hurts her real bad.
rub this on your little head. Okay.
I'm basing what is
Oh,
happening
Vexy,
off of
you-
an existing
didn't do me
spell, and I am
good. You did
taking
me
dice
dirty.
away because
Okay,
you shoulder checked
that
them.
works.
15?
What was it? Constitution, you said?
Con
Mhm.
save?
Yes,
Is an 8.
an 8. And what is your spell DC, Nimwyn?
Oh god. 15.
15. Okay, so Naya just makes it.
Oh, hold on tight, because I love my friend.
No, get away from me.
I'm over here like,
Ah!
love you!
Ah!
Just
Okay. So, Dorian, I think you're, I forget, are your race Aasimar, or are you elf? You're elf, right?
Yeah, I'm an elf.
That's a shame. Aasimars are resistant to necrotic damage.
It's okay.
No.
It is 20 points of necrotic damage to Dorian, and 10 to Naya.
Yeah, once that happens, Nim throws you guys off of her. And she's just gonna like hold herself now. And she's just gonna say, "Stop, please, you don't have to have answers, just stop it."
As you kneel there at the edge of the lake, your two friends, I imagine, just kind of on their butts or on their knees behind you, having just been pushed away and having their bodies rocked a little bit by a very painful energy. It's more so than the lasting effects. It is just torturous. It is excruciating while it is happening. It leaves no scarring on you that you can see. But the lady walks towards you now, closing the distance across the glassy pool. Closer up, she is both taller and somehow smaller than you expected her to be. She reaches a long arm down.
I kind of flinch at first.
She touches the tip of one of your antlers. They scatter into a cloud of fireflies. She turns, takes 2 steps back across the pool, and then looks over her shoulder and says, I have seen those horns before. Poor child.
Where did you see them before?
In the mountains to the east. At the mouth of the ebb and flow, there is a place. A place I would not go. It is a crossing where things from there can come to here. And long ago, a black goat with horns like yours called that place home.
And she's just gonna turn around and try to shakily tend to her friends, but she's too scared to touch them at this point. She doesn't even want to look at the lady anymore.
Wait, so did her horns completely disappear in fireflies?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. Oh, don't
Dorian-
throw me in
No,
Dorian-
don't be.
Dorian's
You had
laying
no way
flat-
of knowing.
laying flat
We
on
didn't-
his back with like Morty sitting on his chest, like just roosting, and he's like, "It's fine, I'm fine. Just gotta get my air back. I'm fine." Just like,
No, I'm sorry.
Naya's on her butt,
Um,
and she goes, I didn't know you had those, but you should feel it. They're gone.
You touch. They are flush with your skull, but they are there. They're
I think you
lower
should still
than
wear
you
the
could
flowers, though.
ever have filed them by yourself. But as you are thinking it, the lady says what you are thinking. They will return. That is not magic of this world. And only magic of that world can change it.
Okay. So we just have to go to that scary place then. Well, I do. You all don't have to go, but
Going with you, at least I am.
I've dragged you guys into a lot. We're wanted criminals. The least I can do is go.
I mean, I'll help as much as I can. I'm not sure how ready I am to cross thresholds like that, but we'll see.
There are other pressing matters first, of course. I've waited this long, and I'm just looking for answers at this point, so this is plenty.
Yeah, I don't want you to think that I don't care. It's a lot's happened.
It's a lot in a very short amount of time.
I'm gonna
It take time to process all of it.
Yeah.
I want to stand up and I'm gonna walk to Nim and take a flower from her hand, put it back in her hair. Hand on her. Honestly, they didn't look bad. I know they're painful for you, not physically, but to look at. They're kind of pretty. I put the other flowers in her hair too. Whatever
Hey,
you
maybe
decide, look lovely.
maybe it's a temporary thing. I mean, it's kind of like what she said. Sometimes you have to purge the bad before things can kind of get back to normal. I mean,
Yeah.
were you born with those? Or,
No,
oh,
they kind of appeared after what happened with my secret I put in the sleepover mix.
never heard of that before.
Dorian's gonna sit
No
up
one
and take your hands, even though you probably don't want anybody touching you, but he's gonna take your hands anyway, and he's just, remember what I've told you all the time, Nim. You hurt me. I know it wasn't intentional. You didn't mean to. Even if you say can wait, no offense to the other two, but Nim, you're my friend. My best friend. I'm making this a priority. Because if you won't, you three are all I have right now. Like Morty pecks him on the leg. He's like, have you two? Have you two? Really, like, I have nothing I need. Nowhere I need to go. Not that I know of. I'm here to do whatever you three need. Help you however you need, because otherwise, I don't have anything. No. I'm gonna get those off of you, Nim. Naya's right, they are cute, but if you don't like them, I'm gonna get rid of them.
After a second, Nim squeezes your hands back.
And to lighten the mood, he's gonna add, and if that means that I gotta, like, kick your dad up the butt, do it. No.
Well, you can absolutely do that. Just, I suppose, whenever we head east, if it happens to be on the way, my mom sent me out here to find answers, and this is a lot to answer all at once. So, we can look into things more as we go, and as we do the other things that we have to do. And if we end up in that neck of the woods, then you can kick him as much as you want.
Everybody get a kick. All around. Kicks for everybody. Yeah. No,
After he helps, because we have to make him help.
No, we'll just kick him to make him help, and then when we're done getting the help, it's a good way to make it work.
Like Fonzie's jukebox, you gotta hit it, then it works.
Yeah, yeah.
Nim, the green stuff, does it hurt you?
It doesn't hurt feel like it hurts you all, but it's not a wonderful feeling, I would say.
Well, I know that we kinda just met, like, all of us, but drama! Um, but just know, like, if you need someone to hold on, you can hold. It didn't feel great, I'm not going to lie, but I care about you. And I know you would never do that to someone. I have never met anybody more caring as you, and you just automatically see good in people. You automatically care about people. I work in a bar. Nobody cares about anybody. That's like customer service. Ugh. But like, I've never met anyone like. I know you would never do that on purpose. So just know mine is a hand.
I take one of the hands that I'm holding Dorian's hands with, and there's a little bit of hesitation, but I grab your hands again too.
And the power surge it. No.
Oh, shit, my chair!
We make a circuit.
TPK! Dark Nimwyn route. Nim just she takes a deep breath in and lets it out and just says, the family that I travel with, my whole group, a lot of them got rather scared of me rather quickly. So it means a lot that even though something scary has happened, that I'm not scary to you. So thank you.
As you all have
Fair.
been.
If they think you're scary and not me, something's wrong here. I'm gonna be honest. So you don't have to worry.
And you guys watched me do scary things that I didn't mean to do, and you guys stuck around. And you still wanted. I didn't see you do anything scary. Like that didn't feel great, but like I'm good. I'm 17 out of 27.
Sabbast, if you're feeling left out, you did that creepy thing with your mouth, so we all have a little bit of a scary thing, you know, when you bit the guy. Like, we're all scary. We're just a little scary
Yeah.
family.
Don't mention it.
As you all have been
Our party
talking,
name is the Scary Sleepover.
Yeah.
it occurs to Sabbast, who is the least involved in this conversation at the moment, that
Look, she's emotionally distant.
Nim knows she cares.
the lady is no longer there.
Oh.
You did not see her leave. You did not see a whirlwind of fireflies. You did not see a disturbance in the pool. She is just no longer there. However, once again, the overcast sky is reflecting a very nearly full moon in the surface of the lake. As your eyes rove about, searching for any trace of what might have happened, you do see fireflies again. They are slightly off to the party's general left, about 50 feet away, and they are bouncing and flickering in a very small area over there.
Yeah, without, like, actively disturbing the conversation that's happening, I'm gonna walk over there.
When you arrive, you find a space quite near the edge of the lake. Small clearing within the reeds and brush of dry land. In the center of it is a ring of stones, and in that ring, sticks, twigs, bits of log, things that do not grow in the moors, is a small campsite.
Oh,
When you arrive, the fireflies all flicker at once and dive towards that pile of kindling. And as they settle on it,
Aw.
they erupt into a campfire on the logs.
I don't
Crackling,
know, fireflies
pleasant.
could do that.
Ooh.
Well, they are fireflies.
You know.
It's the job
That's like
description.
that's like some Miyazaki shit where it's very nice
Yeah.
and pretty, and then it's like whoosh into fire.
Oh, now I'm thinking of the sad Miyazaki movie, Grave of the
Grave of the
Fireflies.
Fireflies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue.
This place is ready for all of you to take a rest when you are ready to take it. You may continue
I'll-
the scene and the conversation if you wish, but I think it's time that the 5 of us took a slight rest. It being a little past
Hey.
8:30. We are going to take a little bit of a break and then come back
Little
and do some
Little
more
break.
role playing and see which thread you plan to pull, I suppose.
Boy.
Before I put her away and before we leave, I just have to show look how
she's
tired.
Yeah,
Oh.
she out.
Oh,
She's liquid.
I love that little cow.
Guys, we are gonna take a quick little break
this a
here.
cow?
We are gonna see some cool art and cosplay. We are going to see a little ad for this campaign, and we are gonna listen to some fun music, and we will be back in. Let's try for 10 minutes. Let's do that. So we'll see you
We're good at
guys in a little bit.
Hey.
Bye.
Oh yeah, duh. I thought you meant like
Oh, that looks so good.
I thought you meant just
Welcome
like
back,
baking chocolate,
everyone.
which is also good.
Hello!
Yeah.
Hi.
That's what Nimwyn would make.
Talking about
Nimwyn would
chocolate.
Like
We're
a
talking about our
chocolate
snacks.
sandwich with a
Handy
chocolate bar.
sandwiches.
Candy sandwiches.
Sorry about
Dude,
the
that
black
is like
screen there,
the
guys. Normally
intrusive
I
thought that I get all the time.
normally I switch that over, but I was making items over the break. So, welcome back. Let's real quick, I suppose thank you to 2 Mini Degrees and to Obandon14 for the follows. Welcome to the party. Thank you guys. I assume somebody said that we would be here. Thank you for doing that. We are 9 out of our 60 followers for the month, and it is only day 5.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys for being here. Invite your friends. If you wish people you liked were in this community, which if you do wish that, then you just haven't met everyone in the community already, because you would be very happy with them. But if you want it to
Join our
be
Discord.
however you want it to be made, you bring in those kind of people. We will have them, I promise. So, a very touching conversation is going on at the side of the pool, and Sabbast has discovered a campsite. We are back in it.
Yeah, I'll walk back and I'll just kind of find a beat and say, hey, guys, we've got, like a site built over here. Like, left us a little place.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. You all wanna just be over there for now?
Yeah.
Especially she said we'd be.
Yeah.
We can.
Dorian's gonna
Nimwyn,
go over
use
to
a
the
rest.
site and what is supposed to be nonchalant but really isn't. Start kind of like looking around, like making sure everything looks safe. Like he goes up to a tree and just kind of leans on it and just watch him start going like.
This
And,
character is so different from Luca and Cien.
He is so whack.
That being said, the backup character. I've been watching a lot of Supernatural, so just picture Crowley.
I love Crowley. Best character. Anyway.
So we walk up, we'll be like, when did you just build a fire?
Me?
Ah, yeah, she's
Yeah.
a druid. That makes kind of sense that she just
Oh.
built a fire.
I mean, like, yeah, I can do that, but no, it was the fireflies.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Listen, I'm learning a lot.
Oh, I didn't. They're like, you know, the ones that led us here.
Oh,
I think they're kind of sentient.
nice. I didn't know if like maybe like you'd made friends with them and then like you did with Rook and then or I don't know if you told us his name.
Oh,
The
it doesn't.
beefalo.
Yeah. I mean, that's a sweet thought, but druidism doesn't exactly work exactly like that.
Okay.
I mean, animals are still, they're independent beings. I mean, same with all of the plants around here as well. Different consciousnesses.
Can you talk to the plants too? You learned
Yeah.
how to do that yet?
Say hi.
Not with much success, but
Saying.
I mean, there's not a lot of verdant plant life around, but those that are, like succulents and whatever else survives out here, has got like an older disposition. You could expect something that survives. It's kind
The
of
idea
nice.
of a grumpy old man cactus.
I
I
really
mean, most of them they last for a long time.
I usually leave the breaking character to you guys, but I just had this thought of someone wasting a spell slot, casting Speak with Plants, and saying something to them, and the tree just being like, "What? What?" You're speaking with it; it just cannot hear
Hard
you.
cut to someone like
cannot
yards
understand.
away watching someone yell at a
What?
cactus like this close.
It's like that meme of the girl like yelling in the guy's ear.
Yes.
But I've told you, I think I've told all of you the very bad use of speak with plants that a bard used in a game once, where they accidentally set the field on fire, and then he cast speak with animals, or speak with plants, so all he
Yes.
got back was just
God. Yeah.
You said succulents
Oops.
live a long time, but not in my house. That's like the kind of plant I cannot keep alive. I've got a very
Oops.
nice Venus flytrap that's doing very well, though.
Ooh.
As this discussion about talking to plants commences, Nim has put all of her focus away from the emotion and is now pitching a tent that isn't necessarily like the regular adventuring tent supplies that you guys maybe carry, but it's got these really beautiful poles made out of branches that have been carved down, and all of the canvas is actually more like these beautifully woven thick tapestries that have been treated for the elements with natural things, and it's got all these like just little extra adornments to it, and she's like doing it at a relatively impressive speed as well, putting
Ooh.
this up in the background.
throwing crap in the crates on the last day to pack up.
Yeah.
It's very impressive that you can understand what animals and plants are saying. My family, we can somewhat communicate, but you don't get answers back. So it's very beautiful that you do.
Thank you.
But
I
I'm
mean,
sure that the conversation you had with that buffalo was probably just, like mind changing. That's
Yes. You two
Like-
were going back and forth for quite a while. It seemed
Oh.
very lovely.
Yeah, his name was Rook, by the way. He didn't like that guy at all. So,
Imagine why.
yeah. But it's just kind of how nature is. And I mean, kudos to your family. That's always good. It just, nature likes to be recognized as a living thing. So, I mean, not everything answers to me anyway, but it's the kind of thing that sticks with them. And it also helped my family with agriculture to have someone who knows how to work with plants. So,
That's wonderful.
what
Hey,
kind
I'll
of
be-
things. Go ahead.
Be fully honest, if you're ever gonna try talking animals, you probably don't want to know what Morty says. I don't know that even what he says, but I don't think you really want to know.
Morty's
Again,
very
it's-
grumpy.
I can't make him talk, so
Oh, he would talk. That's the problem. That's really the problem. He's kind of like,
sure.
like the "get off my lawn, old man" things. That's kind of what I envisioned he would be like if he was
Oh,
a
yeah.
person. At which point he starts like, he flies up and starts like pecking him on the head and just like, sorry, stop it.
We had a neighbor like that. What were you gonna ask, Naya?
Well, so I know, like, since it's kind of desert out here, like, I was always impressed with how well your guys' crops do and stuff. Like, what kind of stuff do you grow?
Thank you. Well, certain things do grow that otherwise couldn't because I know how to nurture the plants and divert what little water you can up from the ground into the soil.
Like bananas, which we barely have in the desert.
Yes. But a lot of root vegetables and some russet apple trees, which is where your family actually gets them. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I figured that it's probably a lot easier to grow plants when they can just tell you what they.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, you can't force a plant to grow, but you can convince a plant that stick it out a couple of days, you'll get water and food, and you'll be safe in here as long as we can partake of what you make. It's, a symbiosis of sorts.
Beautiful. I just make people like I give people things and they get drunk. I don't do anything that's like super helpful.
Honestly, that's a
In
noble
Maya's
cause.
case,
Yeah.
Again,
Probably make a lot of people a lot happier
mutualism.
for that.
And hey, your family helps ours out. God, you guys buy a lot of apples.
I literally was just looking in my inventory when you brought up like the camping pack, and I'm like, God, I've got so many days worth of apples.
Hell yeah!
I have like 8 like rations worth of apples.
As
I
you
think
They're
should.
important.
I think over the fire, I'm gonna get some sticks, just put like apples on the end, and start kind of roasting the apples.
Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild style.
Yeah. Like do it like we can do it like marshmallows.
Mhm.
I'll like pass those around and be like, well, I figured like a little snack.
I help you prepare by putting the apples on the sticks, but Nim just kind of sits there, and after a momentous pause, she goes,
I helped a lot of people prepare food back at home, but they didn't trust me around the fire, so is there anything in particular I should be careful of if I'm going to do this?
Just don't get too close. Like don't try to touch it. That will hurt you. And
Right.
like if you notice that the stick part of the like not the apple but the stick is got some fire on it, maybe pull back. If it keeps going, you drop it
Okay.
because you
and I'm
don't want to
going
get
to
burned.
start roasting my apple.
Naya is very good at fire safety.
I'm gonna take out one of the little vials that I've got like in my pouch. There will be these 2 little brown, what look like rocks. I'll take one out, give it a smell, and then I'll pass it over and start shaving off a little bit to my apple. Anyone?
You eat rocks?
No,
No,
I
it's
think-
it's not a rock.
Yep.
It's nutmeg.
Hold my apple out towards you.
You never had
Get
it?
some nut-
Makes
No.
everything nice.
There's certain things we put in our food, but in the Ebonwood, not everything is really accessible like it is outside, it seems. So some things like thyme and rosemary we have, but I haven't
Mhm.
had some other things that don't really exist in there.
Well, I mean, I'll happily trade you someday if you come across more thyme and rosemary.
Deal.
That never really does well out here.
Yes, it actually does much better in sort of the darker, danker spots.
Hmm.
Maybe that's why my rosemary's. Sorry.
Hold on, my cat is trying to eat Molly Mock Tea Leaf Scimitar.
Oh my god.
Quit doing that.
Now I'm having to keep Pike from getting on the desk to get to the chocolate sandwich because that's not for you.
Everyone else is hearing Simon and Garfunkel in their head, right?
It's not for you. She hates when I rub her belly, so she's gonna be like, absolutely not. You cannot rub my belly.
Good night, Peyton.
But when did I send 1 billion CNs? I don't remember. Oh, somebody replied to me with 1 billion CNs. Okay. I was like, what happened?
Nice.
Yeah, chocolate sandwich. I used to get these when I was in high school. It's like French bread and bananas and Nutella and cinnamon. It's really good.
Nim, also one other thing is, so you're gonna cook it until the outside is almost like it's like a brown black, and then you want to let it sit for a little bit because it's going to be very hot.
Okay.
I assume you know what cooking it is, but
nutmeg. Yeah, no. Inside her head, she's
Eating the
like,
sword.
I know how to cook.
it just didn't like me around the fire. But outside, she's like,
Okay, thank you.
I just trying to help.
and then she goes back to roasting.
So when the lady in the lake, when she asked us all what we needed, like, at first I thought, like, that, what do we need right now, which is, like, a place, which, like, she obviously took care of. But
Yeah.
did anyone else feel like she was asking more than that?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
a feeling. I mean, I don't. It's a hard question to spring on someone.
That's kind of why I waited till the end to ask about.
And I kind of just touch the flat nubs.
Just, it's a lot. And then there was more that happened that I didn't even expect to happen, so I'm glad I waited till the end.
I'm glad that you were able to first get. We know where we'll need to go.
Glad that you feel better too.
Yeah, it's a little scary to have all that information. I didn't expect to know all of that this soon, I guess. But, we've got plenty of time.
And it's going to take some time just to kind of process.
Yeah, my mum never really talked about my father, so, it was a lot of information from both her and now, the lake lady, all at once.
Well, whenever you're
Yeah,
ready.
she said a lot.
It's a good thing to know that the antlers match my dad. Because from what I've heard, most satyrs don't have big scary antlers, so when we find him, it'll be easy to spot him.
Have you ever had
Silver
them
linings.
grown all the way out before?
No, the tiny little ones are as far as it's gone. It only really happened recently after, well, it's like I wrote in my little secret when we were having our sleepover. I hurt someone really badly. She's kind of like a sister or a cousin of sorts.
And she kind of like stutters over her words for a second as she's kind of her mind is catching up, realizing what she's sharing.
And she just gotten a little bit of a cut on her hand, so I was trying to heal her, and then kind of what happened to you two is what happened to her, but she's not as strong as you two are, so it hurt her much worse. And she's okay now. She's fine. She's doing okay according to my mum, but it was really scary, and then I was kind of looked at differently than before, and then that's when my mum told me to go find Dorian. So it all happened very quickly, and then I left. But they just grew just the little bit that they were, and I didn't want anyone to see them, so that's when I started putting flowers on them.
You didn't have those when I first met you. Back when I spent that little bit of time. The tribe,
Oh,
as they
yes, when you
before they
passed
sent me
through.
away.
I
Yeah.
didn't realise it was you at that
Yeah, I've
point.
never
but
felt so tiny before.
Everyone's very tall.
Yeah.
For bugs are.
That's the warning, Naya. If we come across them, you're gonna feel very tiny, because I also felt very tiny.
It's okay. Most people are taller than me anyway. Kind of just.
Are you still standing, or are we all sitting?
I
Figured we
figured-
were sitting at
I'm
this point.
sitting
That's what I
now.
figured.
We're just standing there, rust apples.
Yeah.
We look like the King of the Hill, like classic
Yeah.
scene. It's like,
With
Who's
their
who?
apples on sticks.
yeah.
Tag yourself.
if you're saying like I usually feel shorter, whatever it was that you were saying, he's gonna like against a tree or a log or something, kind of like slide down a bit so that he's shorter, just to make it feel more appropriate.
Oh, It's okay. It doesn't bother me. I'm used to it.
It's okay. This kind of is it's helping with my sciatica a little bit. I didn't realize this was a good stretch. I kind of might feel like this for a moment.
If
It's
you
fine.
lean further back, it might crack your back.
Oh, let me. He starts like doing weird like yoga bits, and you can hear all kinds of things cracking from this.
Where they shouldn't.
Make a
Yeah,
Constitution
Jim is
saving
just kind
throw.
of like, ooh, ooh.
I was gonna say you're thoracic, and then I'm like, nah, I wouldn't
That
know what that
is-
is.
Oh, that landed
One
over outside of the thing.
queer
So
boy.
Constitution. That's a
He's
15.
unusual.
15.
That's why I like him.
Few things pop, and it feels good.
Nice.
Nice.
I wish I could roll for that. I can never crack my back.
In real life, roll for
Yeah.
crap.
That's where wait, that's a very different roll. Yeah.
Nim pulls her apple in as it starts to look like how Naya described it. And she like pokes it, and it hurts a little bit because it's very hot still. And then she just sits there and starts blowing on it as the conversation continues, just very loud blows that are not getting picked up on the mic.
Just
I love it when
birthday
totally
candle
sound-
blows.
At one point, Morty flies over and lands on your shoulder and just starts going like to try to get it to cool faster so you can stop making so
Morty
much
has
noise.
such Matthew the
Thank
Raven
you.
vibes.
Thank you. It's nice when we team up. Usually we're competing for Dorian.
Just looking at you side eye, just like like that's it.
Nim's
I
That like
catch his,
raven thing.
I catch his glance for a second, then I go back to blowing on the apple.
The wing slides over your mouth and then
I love this ribbon.
Weird bird. A weird boy and a weird bird.
I think Naya's has pulled her apple back and kind of like looked at him and was just like, it's like a normal amount.
Yeah.
Just, like turning it. Almost like-
Sabbast is still just kind of. Like her mind is at war.
it's just like, how did I get here? What went wrong?
There's too many things to ask at once.
Dorian, do you want to share my apple?
Why don't you eat what you want of it? Then I'll finish it. You can get as
Okay.
much as you want. How
I
about that?
have enough for everybody.
Nimwyn
I
is
mean,
intentionally going to
got a
eat
lot.
exactly half of the apple and then pass it to Dorian.
It's
I'm full.
this little thing.
She's not full.
In the
Dorian's
interest
gonna
of
take
time,
a bite of it and just be like, "Oh, that's sciatica. Why don't you finish it?" Like,
Okay. She finishes it.
Naya was getting ready to pull out another apple for Nim, as I was just like, I've
The
worked in
only
restaurants a long time. There's no
the
way.
only thing that I really wanted to do before we went to bed, because it sounds like we're gonna push a long time, is I wanted to pull out some of books that
Well-
Dorian brought and basically start kind of showing Naya a few things.
Mhm.
And it just because we kind of derive power in the same sort of way, and he's been doing this a little longer than you, so he's just gonna kind of show you some things.
Could I
That's
ask
it.
you kind of a strange question, Dorian? How
I mean, yeah.
how do you get your god to talk?
I don't really think Echo's a god. He's just there.
Like,
Usually I can, ask for him, and if it's a situation he doesn't think is worth it, he doesn't answer me, but he answers me pretty often. Talks to me quite a lot.
I've tried a lot, and they've never said anything.
Maybe how do you usually go about it? You usually
a lot
They're
of yelling at
angry?
the sky, honestly, because a lot of the times it's after bad things, where there's been
I don't
at least 2 times that I yelled at the sky.
Okay, let's not yell at the sky because you don't know what's going to answer you back if you do that. Second, why don't you just try tonight before you go to bed, do like a nice little meditation, just like a gentle reach out, maybe don't be angry about it for once.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't always like what happens, but I like to think that a patron wouldn't just for no reason be mean,
Yeah. That I like, cause I've tried a little bit before the first thing happened with that boy, like, so I don't really know who my person is that is, like, giving me powers. And they kind of came out of nowhere, and so there have been times that, like, before that I'm like, who are you? Did you come from? Like, I don't know. I'm very bad at introductions. And so, like, I tried to just kind of have a conversation. And then things started going kind of bad, and then I got angry, and then that's when the yelling at the sky started happening. Maybe you're right.
See, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I don't know who Echo is. I had to name him that.
That's
Just showed up and said my mom kept him away, and then here he is. And usually he comes whispering things that he wants, things that he thinks I would like. Occasionally he tells me good morning and that he loves me, which always feels slightly weird, but also fuzzy. I don't know. It's really nice. But
he sends you good morning texts.
yeah.
Good morning, beautiful.
You up?
I mean, just try. I don't know. Just try reaching with a different purpose. A different intent than you usually do. Maybe. If all else fails, just tell them that. Kind of mean, but maybe you could say like, if you don't answer me, I'm kind of losing faith in you, or I don't know.
Because I know one thing, like, and I don't know if it's something I have to discuss with them. I don't know the specifics on how this is supposed to work. This is all new. But, like, I know there's one spell I did that I am, and I don't want to be able to. So I want to ask them, like, that's, just don't let me ever do that again.
Well, I maybe have an idea depending on when it happened, but what's the spell?
I don't know what it was called. I've only done it once, and I did sleep.
You can make a guess at what that probably was, but I don't think your patron can say, no, not that spell, but you and I can always work together so that you're not just, firing off random.
Because it's kind of a little Russian roulette. Sort of. Russia doesn't exist. But, like, I don't really know.
Where did you get that accent?
I don't know! I found it!
Belarus, because as we all know, that country goes beyond time and space.
But yeah, no, I think that if I could get to a point where I can pick, because sometimes I can. Sometimes there's that one I do with the big lightning. I'm good at that. I can do that one whenever. And I think when I notice that someone I care about is hurting, I've gotten to where I can do ones that do some healing. Where I like, and I think it kind of ties to how I'm feeling and, like, my emotion. People around me. but that's about it. I know I did the one where I just was somewhere else, and that was on accident. That could have been very awkward if I had accidentally done that at the wrong time.
Like I said, how about take a little bit of time before each time we rest? I don't want to say each day because we have no idea what's going to happen while we're out here, but each time before we rest, we'll take like 30 minutes, an hour.
Mhm.
We'll just practice, okay?
Yeah,
And we
that
can
sounds
we can do it right now with this really easy spell. We can make Morty into something else if you want. You can just see how it's a little bit of intent make a
You
big
can make him
difference.
something else?
Yeah.
Isn't he just like a scary bird?
He's scary no matter what he is, I'm gonna be honest. He just happens to like being a bird. I think he mainly just likes being able to fly so he doesn't have to walk. Maybe he just likes being small so someone can carry him so he doesn't have to walk.
I mean, same, but that's like I didn't know he could do. Speaking of my evil raven,
Read in the background. Someone call. No.
it's like small animal with a bad attitude. But
That's my MO. No.
that would be really cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, we can just sit here. It takes a little bit of time, I'll warn you. You know, before I'm pretty tapped for the day, but this is something I can just do with some thought and some meditation and
Just whatever, like tell me what you need and I'll help.
you can help me start setting things up and we'll spend the next hour setting the things up. You know, pull out his herbs and his charcoal and like the little pot that he needs and all that stuff. That can be what we spend the next hour and 10 minutes because I have to ritually cast it. So hour and specifically 10 minutes.
In the meantime, Sabbast will have leaned over to Nimwyn, like finally biting her apple because she just flew on it in a normal way. She'll lean
Didn't
over
even
and
blow
go,
it, she just held it.
yeah, it was like, it's gonna cool off.
I want it cold now.
What are you all doing?
I like to think when Nim was blowing, though, it wasn't even just loud, it was just like a
Yeah.
like that thing that doesn't have any
Like a
you
air.
guys
kid
could
trying to blow out
see-
birthday candles.
Yeah, there was like spittle coming out onto the apple, very childlike.
But
Friend
she'll have
Dorian
leaned
ate
over.
part of it.
Yes. That's a friend. Eating her apple and go, this is why I hate dealing with fickle. Poor Sabs.
Yeah. Have you ever seen anything like the Lady in the Lake before?
No. All my life.
Me
I
either.
mean, I wasn't even sure if it was true or not. I mean, that was basically just a wives' tale. Well, a Randall tale. I don't know. No. So that's kind of wild. But I don't think she was a.
She seemed to know quite a lot. I know my mother said that she's been around for a very long time. But it's really lovely that she knows your friend. I'm sure that makes
Yeah.
you feel a lot better.
God. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure wherever he is, he's not in anything he can't handle. Or at least nothing that unfamiliar. This guy's done everything. But I do not get what she meant by he's one of her children. But she's not his mum.
Yes, that was confusing for me too. Because she said that he came from her? Is that what
Yeah,
she said?
like he was of her.
Yes.
Like what are we supposed to do with that?
Was he some sort of magical being? Like how Naya has her beautiful blue skin and can
No,
do the
no,
little
this
floaties?
he think Dorian.
Okay.
Make it normal.
Okay.
Just a person.
Okay.
Like
There is
that he is the example, but make it normal.
Yeah, he's the only human-esque thing we have here.
Meanwhile,
No, he
you
was
look
just-
over to see him and them. They're just like,
A hard
Human,
cut.
Yeah.
It's like that
Over
blurry
his
background
black.
shot of like that, but different.
Looks like The Conjuring.
Yes. Yeah, as far as I know, that was just a guy who had done a lot of traveling. Old as dirt, too.
Ah, so
Yeah.
so he probably had lots of stories.
Oh, God, yeah. Like, I mean, his wife was sweet, too. We, like, got along fine, but he was basically like a grandfather when I was growing up. So I wasn't the best at making friends. Not that people didn't like me, I just didn't really get it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, I'm not great at this now, but
No,
you know.
I was sort of the same way. I think I was just I was too eager, I believe, and the others just were kind of off put by it.
I could see that. It's not a bad thing. Let's see.
I still think you're great.
Thanks. You know, I like your guys' company. I'm just it sucks that it couldn't have just developed and life could have gone on the way it did.
Yes.
It's just problem after problem.
But
Again,
I'm
not
really sorry.
not anyone's fault. Just so much all at once.
Of course.
Like a pretty
yes,
quiet life.
And you had to say goodbye to your parents and leave without saying goodbye, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take your hand and say, it's hard, but if
She kind
I
of just
can-
like
if I can figure out how to get back to my mum, then we can figure out how to get back to your dad's.
yeah.
And
And-
then you won't have to worry about saying goodbye because you wouldn't have had to say goodbye in the first place. Because you'll be back.
True. I mean, oh God, I'm sure Elijah's been trying to get me out of the house for like the past 3 years. Not that I'd do anything, but Astraeus is gonna throw a fucking fit.
Or maybe if you come back with some really exciting stories, it will all balance out in the end.
No, it's not like he'll be mad. He'll just be like beside himself. He's probably gonna cry. Honestly, it's worse.
Well, I cry
Love
a
him
lot,
now.
so you can practice if I cry again.
I'm not looking to make you cry.
I'm just naturally a very emotional person, so I'm just saying if
Could also
someone
see that.
crying is difficult to be around, because it is for some people, you can practice when I cry, and then when you get back, it won't be as bad when he cries.
Crying's weird.
It makes me feel better afterwards.
That's good. I meant what I said though. I don't want you, especially with the problems you've got, to think that I don't care about what's happening. I do. I'm just still not quite over the fact that normal life is kinda uprooted. Like, if I can, I want to go back. But that doesn't mean I'm just gonna abandon the situation. I don't want
understand.
there to be hard feeling. Not
Well,
quite ready for that level of dedication yet.
It's kind of like what I told Naya earlier. I'm not especially used to people immediately latching on as friends, so all of the not excitement, but you understand.
all of the eagerness is a little overwhelming and exciting, and in a good way, but it
Yeah,
means that lots of
it's
things
new.
are changing, and there's a lot of new experiences all at once.
Yeah.
But if
She'll
you
be
ever just want to talk about it, I'm a really good listener. I didn't talk a lot to other people sometimes when they didn't want to hang out with me at home, so I'm a very good listener. I spent a lot of time listening.
might take you up on that when I'm ready.
Yes, take your time. My big ear's ready whenever.
Question: do all furbolgs have like ears like that? I've
Yes
never
and
seen
no.
one. I have no idea what to expect.
They don't look like me really.
Oh man.
Yes, I'm a bit of a mutt.
Can't all be that cute.
That's a word.
Because my dad is a satyr, I have more goatish features.
Cute though. When you've got
Thank you.
fuzz. Doesn't love that.
Yes. But most bear bugs, they've got some ears, not as big as Floppy, and some of them have more fur than others, but most of it is sort of different greys. They're mostly my height or taller. Most of them are still taller. I'm not actually very tall in comparison to most of them.
Dang.
They say that we've descended from giants, if you'd understand that. A long time ago.
Right,
though.
then yeah. I think I get the
And,
picture.
yes, the same
Makes
nose
sense.
is like mine, a bit wide, but I've got a little bonus at the tip with my little goat nose.
Yeah, sort
And
of
I wiggle it.
like an ibex situation.
Sure, yes.
Wait,
She's
does she
never
know
seen
what
an
oh my
ibex.
god. Perfect.
Oh, Nim.
I mean, one mutt to another. And she does a thumbs up for some reason.
Nim holds
Thanks.
a thumbs up, and she like gives you knuckles with it. She fist bumps.
She looks like she kind of gets it, but is one of those like, wait, why did I just do that?
Yeah.
Why was that the gesture that I made?
So it's the equivalent of like not knowing how to leave and going like
These two
Or, like, a
awkward
kinda-
weirdos that are on like opposite sides of the awkward spectrum.
Like the social spectrum, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, people want to come up to me, but I don't really care for that. I want to come up to people, they don't really care for that. So it's just like, hi.
Right, I'm gonna go get my bedroll ready.
We
And
should.
any of you are welcome to squeeze into my tent. I'm used to sharing. And I
across the fire, and suddenly all you
stand
hear
up.
is a bunch of like high pitched, like like really high pitched little growls, and like there's a tiny little
Sorry.
teal dragon. There's a tiny little teal dragon sitting over there now.
Wait, where's Morty?
Yeah, I was showing Naya how to do
that
things than
Wizard
tents.
shit.
He's a
Look what
little
Dorian
lizard now.
Looks very mad. He's accepting it.
I'm
Still has the three eyes, but he's just like on the ground like an angry cat.
Yo, because we're about to do a long rest and I have a spell slot left, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Rob's like, this might as well happen.
I'll like with the apple,
glow
just
turns
kind of
to
like this,
camera.
and like just curious enough to be like, I'll regret this, but I'll do it. I'm gonna try to talk to Morty.
Oh gosh, who's voicing Morty?
Seem to have. If I were going to be role playing Morty, I would be doing it differently than you have already described. So I'm going to leave it
Fair.
to you.
Rob is in charge of.
I'm just glad we're not speaking to
Mantis.
plants. I'm glad we're not speaking to plants after we roasted apples. as that would be.
Oh no. That
Oops.
would be bad.
We ate your
Hey,
babies.
Sabbast has theories on that. Don't you worry.
Actually, though, I believe that your familiars are technically fey creatures that take the shape of beasts.
Sabbast isn't. It's just a regular bug.
Yeah. Mine is weird.
Yeah, it's not
You
like
can
a
talk to
druid
man-
special creature.
if it
It's just
doesn't
a
work.
bug.
If it doesn't work on Morty, you can talk to Mantis
True.
so that you don't waste it.
I mean, I'm
we can
about
let
to
our
go to
DM
sleep.
we can let our DM
But it is a
Rule.
creature.
we can let the DM
All,
And it's not
everything,
my familiar.
Everything is a
Not-
creature.
Not everything. Plants aren't
Not-
creatures. They're plants.
They're plant. Well, there are plant creatures.
You're gonna argue with a druid? You're gonna do that
Okay.
right now?
If it's speak with animals and it says speak to creatures.
There's speak with animals and there's speak with plants.
True.
There's a
But
reason.
Speak with animals lets you speak to beasts specifically, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Not every beast. Every beast is a creature. Not every creature is a beast.
It's like squares and rectangles.
Pikey, you want to
And
say
I think
hi
it's
to
up to
Irish? Want to say hi to Irish? Oh
Look at her
no!
little
Oh,
Oh no!
No. Yeah,
So
she'll hold
we're
the apple
rolling-
and look down at Morty, and she'll just. Hi.
Wait, so is it my ruling if you can talk to him? Because I'm gonna say yes.
Yes.
You can talk to him.
Yeah, because you're familiar.
He's magic.
It's like a Caleb Frumpkin situation, as I'm seeing.
Okay, well then, yeah, he's gonna little angry golden dragon eyes up and just like. Did you say it to me? Did you say it to me? Did you say? You're talking to me all of a sudden. I don't like it. And he's gonna
Really?
like shrink further down like a cat, like back arched up, like.
She'll kind of, almost with like a serpentine fluidity, she'll kind of slink down and follow him with like her head as the point of focus.
Absolutely not absolute. I'm. He's gonna find a rock and hide behind it.
She'll just kind of smile and follow his rules.
It's just all you hear is like you see Sabbast just falling, and you just hear like a bunch of like, like as he's running around.
In Druidic, she'll say, I just felt like if we're going to be traveling together, I was going to say hi. Druid.
You could warn a
Duh.
guy first. You could warn a guy first,
I mean, that's what I was going to try to do.
so you could tell I never talk to people because my accent's all over the place.
I mean, yeah, I just figured like you could talk to Dorian because that's like your whole thing, but
No, I don't.
you know,
talk to
I
him,
can't
just
hear you
fight him.
otherwise.
He does
Just
things I don't
get
like. I
him.
just fight him. Otherwise, I don't talk to him.
Wait, you don't
there.
speak to your charge at all.
I mean, I kind of get what he wants, but not in words or anything like that, you know? Haven't
Well-
settled on a voice for this little idiot. So
No, I love
So
this.
good.
I love that
I
there's,
feel like because
six
of the
different
three
ones.
eyes, there's like a little Hydra brain situation.
yeah, they're all going in different directions.
Yeah. Each one is in charge of a different third of the brain. Different voice. It's like a Moon Knight.
It's like
You gotta
a,
find the
a
one that wants to
Cerberus.
talk to you.
So yeah, that's weird. Yeah, Dorian said I'd regret speaking to you, but I think you're fine. Right? You're not trying to kill him or anything?
Oh, no, I'm not trying to. I mean, I don't want to kill any of you, but I mean, if it's between you and me, I'm out. So you just so you're clear. You know?
Alright. I
You
understand.
know what? I've decided he's gonna sound like he's from Minnesota.
I was just hoping for Gilbert Gottfried.
Yes!
Hello, I'm Morty.
I'm Morty!
Oh, it's just like the you know, like
That's just Canadian!
as a Midwesterner who lived in Wisconsin, that is Wisconsin.
It is Wisconsin.
Look,
Anyway,
he can
no,
have
we're
whatever
not
he
gonna do
wants.
that.
He's a fey creature.
Not gonna do that, but eventually climb out on top of the rock he's hiding behind, realizing he's not gonna hide from you. He's just gonna stare you down, just like, what? It's life now? Is what we're doing? With me?
What do you mean?
Do I have to hear you all the time?
No, just for a little bit.
Oh, thank God, because that would be really awkward. Like, if you called for me, like, you know that I can hear you, so I can't, like, pretend that I don't.
It's my
Well, I mean, now-
dog.
That's what
Now I
Pike
do
does. I'll
know
say her
that,
name,
though.
and she'll look at me just long enough before turning her head like, oh, crap, I looked at her.
Well, you know, Morty, I do know that. That you have a ability to understand people and your own master, and you actively don't speak. Which, honestly, if anything, it's pretty brilliant. It's quite funny.
Listen here, Toots. Tell him. I can do that. Let him keep thinking this is how it goes. Like, you're all watching, like, this little tiny dragon hand go.
Nim is like has returned out of the tent in her jammies to check on everyone, and it's like, I seem to be having a lovely time. Good night. And then she goes
Meanwhile-
back into bed.
Meanwhile, cut to tiny dragon just going like, sticking a tongue out like it's hissing.
And it's just like,
Fine.
I do not understand magic yet. It's like, is it?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, I just wanted to say hi and see if we could establish that connection. So if you don't need anything, good night.
Let's not make this a habit unless we need it. Okay. He's gonna like slither off.
Yeah, I'll actively drop the spell, and as I finish my apple, I'm just going like, yeah, that is a weird bird. Even though he's not a bird right now.
No, he's
I
a
think
tiny
I
little
would've been
dragon
like,
with
Yeah.
little wings.
Apparently not all the time. Sometimes he's just different weird animals.
Listen, he's stuck
Weird
like that until I
thing.
get more material because I only had enough material to do it once.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Just wanted
Until
to
we
see if
hit
it
a
was
town.
possible.
I always wanted a pet, like a dog. It's. I don't think I could take care of it right now. They seemed a little.
I
temperamental.
really think you just made friends with him. Never see him not. So, I mean, that was normal, but like, he didn't try to bite you, which is good.
Right.
Yeah.
He's strange. It fits.
That's an understatement. It really is. Everybody at home who needs to see a pseudo dragon.
He's
Good
a
way.
Oh, they're
baby!
so freaking cute.
Oh my god.
Look at those
So
little
that-
steppers.
So that just like in teal and black.
With chunky legs.
Yeah.
Little chonkers.
Little itty bitty legs, just like somebody.
I do love that since you were doing Speak with Animals, you would have been like on the ground just like.
Yeah.
We got to a point in the conversation where it's a tiny dragon sitting back on teeny little legs, just going
Yeah.
like hand talking with you.
That's when Nim came out and said goodnight and went back in.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna lay back on my bedroll, just kind of face the sky. Maybe pick at some skin that's starting to shed.
Fast, you especially watch like when Dorian lays down. Morty comes over and lays with him, and he lays like you would expect a bird to for a second before realizing, oh, he can spread. So he's like on his back, like doing the dog spread.
Aw.
So just kind of like,
An eye open with that look of like, "Did you say anything?" Say anything. Like,
She's just looking up at the sky like,
Nim is already conked out. She's
good
just
for her.
Naya like has her bedroll like this and is just like walks up to the tent like, you got the room for one more?
Nim shifts in her sleep over. Like she's used to people coming into the tent throughout the evening as like family
Aw.
members come in and squeezes just enough space for you.
Oh, I'm little, you're good. You barely had to move. I'll set my bedroll up and lay down, and I think like as I'm like going to sleep, I'll little throwback to me and Maddie in the last one. I'll just kind of play with her hair a little bit, like kind of like run my
And on
fingers
face.
through her hair.
Yeah, you hear the tiniest little on the exhale of the breath. You hear go. Did you hear that at all?
No.
Like a little goat,
Oh.
but very soft
Okay.
and quietly.
So I'll like do that as I fall asleep. I might fall asleep with my hand on her face. Who knows?
Who's to say?
And that's an
Who's to say?
excellent callback, ladies and gentlemen.
So double checking. Everyone is sleeping. No one is staying up. No one is watching. Right?
Nope.
She said that we
The
would
lake
be safe.
lady said we were fine.
Lady of the Lake. Gotta trust the Lady of the Lake.
Got
That's a
7
rule.
hit
Lady of the
points,
Lake.
She's
so
tall.
I'm just going to sleep.
I have
You
all of my
mentioned
hit
Monty
points, but I
Python
use so
in
many
the
spells.
chat earlier tonight, and Steven and I have talked about this character and referred to her as a watery tart, like they do in Monty.
Yeah.
Lobbing scimitars at people. Okay. Neat.
Should we have not gone to sleep?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
I'm
about it.
trusting.
I'm
the
quite literally in the
NPC.
bed I'd made.
So,
I mean, I only have to sleep for 4 hours, technically, if that makes any difference.
so I told Ellie before we started playing tonight that I had a thing planned for the back half of this episode that was going to level everyone up to 4. But it's 10
Oops.
minutes to the end of the stream, and I don't know that we should necessarily start anything.
You know, we leveled up in character development.
Yeah,
We
we
did.
did
Have.
excellent roleplay. Ate some apples. Lady of the Lake. Right.
And then
I
we
feel
cried a
very
little
much
bit.
we were like, I'm determined to have my sleepover episode back.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Wait, we forgot to play the 7 Minutes in Purgatory.
I have a
Frank.
closet!
Oh, we
need to
just
have
got
a
another
closet.
magic item.
Yay!
Yay! We forgot to talk about the first one again.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, as we're
tell
falling
you
asleep,
about
we
it.
like, what's that over by your bedroll? Oh, it's like a whole
Lamp.
thing.
Just a lamp, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Don't even worry about it.
Well, now I'm going to.
I'll find it. But it's a cool lamp that has like a certain type of oil that you can use with it. But we don't have a ton of the oil.
Oh.
Thank you, by the way, to Wolf Lovers, Stereo Lotus, and the EXO, who all followed us just in the past half hour or so. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the family. Stick around. There's more
Oh.
D&D on other days, and we'll be back doing this again next week.
Yes.
Okay, it is the Inquisitor's Lantern. It is a wondrous item rare. A hooded lantern casts bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. Once lit, it burns for 6 hours on a flask, 1 pint of oil. As an action, you can lower the hood and reduce the light to a 5-foot radius.
That's
While the
all
lantern
normal
is lit,
lantern stuff so far.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
reading
it's
all
like
of it.
this magic normal lantern.
Wow.
It
While the
also
lantern
functions as
is
a
lit-
lantern.
Crazy.
While the lantern is lit, creatures have advantage on intelligence investigation checks made inside the radius of its light. This lantern requires
Ooh.
a special oil made from ectoplasm, ghost oil, to access its higher functions. When the lantern is lit in this way, It Its light reveals the presence of secret doors, dispels illusions, and reveals invisible creatures or objects and creatures on the ethereal plane. The
That's
spectral blue
cool.
light it shines has a 20% chance of attracting a 1d4 corporeal undead to your location.
Nice.
Yeah, which may or may not be hostile. This roll is made by the DM.
Sometimes they're just chill.
The accompany so we had 2 pints of the oil, so we could use it in this
Okay.
manner twice, but otherwise
Roger. And how long does the oil last each time?
said 6 hours, so I'm assuming
Okay.
Cool.
And you don't
Can you
have to
shut the lantern while...
You don't have to burn all the oil in a go.
Ah,
Okay, I
that was
think
So
my
we could
question.
do like an hour's worth.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, however much
Cool.
oil you put in the lantern, you can be judicious with that. You don't have to fill it all the way up.
Nice.
Why is your neck disgusting? What did you do?
All right. I'm going to spoil a thing for next week, only to make sure that y'all do this. I was going to do it in case someone stayed up a little extra late, so they could make sure that they found it. So, Sabbast, when you wake up in the morning and you exit into the half light of the moors, the campfire will have fizzled, and everything is going to be very much as you left it. But there is one stick still in the campfire that was not consumed. In fact,
Stick?
most of it is sitting outside of it. It's way too large to fit across the width of the campfire. And one
Big
end
we
of it,
talking.
one of quarterstaff.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's not a stick.
Ooh.
That,
mean,
that's
it's
a
a
whole
stick.
thing. I mean, yeah, stick, but
Some
One end of it
branch.
is perpetually, looks like it's embers and coal, and is perpetually smoking just a little bit, and it is a new magic item.
ooh.
Anyone is welcome to it, but it is, the lady had promised to leave you a gift, and this is that gift.
Ooh.
That's what
Okay,
Just-
fun.
Just so I don't, someone's going to ritually cast Identify on it, so I'm going to tell you the little bits about it.
Someone.
You need
We
need to get on D&D Beyond and delete your old item, and I will
Okay.
need to build this one. But if you want to take notes on the sweet stuff, and I'll message it to you in Discord later. It functions as an arcane focus. It functions as a quarterstaff. When you wield it as a quarterstaff, it does the normal damage die plus a d4 of fire damage.
Ooh.
The staff has 6 charges, and it regains a d4 of charges every morning at dawn. If you ever start a day with 0 charges, there's a chance that it could lose its magic, the same way with most charged items in D&D. You can spend 4 of these charges at a time to cast the 3rd level spell Bestow Curse. You can spend
Oh.
2 charges at a time to cast the 1st level spell Burning Hands, and 2 charges at a time to cast the Paladin's spell Searing Smite.
Oh. Oh boy.
You
Sorry, as a
also,
pally main, I was just like,
and you never have to prepare Control Flames. You will always have Control Flames while you are attuned to the staff, which does
Ooh.
require attunement.
Ooh.
Dope, dope, dope.
Desert fire.
Ooh.
Yes, please.
that's for Sabbast. Nobody else touch it.
That's for you.
Snake smite,
Yes.
or as I like to call it, snipe. Sneering snipe. God, that's rad.
That's dope.
Really dope.
Ooh,
It's not a bad widow item.
love that. That's fun.
I'm glad.
Yay, thank you, lady. Whee!
All right, so with that, we are going to call it for the week. This is our normal Monday night campaign. We start at the same time every Monday that we are available to play, every time most of us are available to play. We start at 7 Central, if you missed the beginning of the stream. And we try to post about it in our Discord, which I hope everyone is in now, and on social media, letting you know when it's coming or if there are any changes to the lineup. This was session 6, and there is very much more where that came from. And we're getting into what I would consider more of the exciting parts of the story that we're telling. We're starting to meet bigger players and tackle bigger issues than could be explored in Hearts. And hopefully we teased a few character moments and character plot lines tonight.
We're starting to get into some backstories.
Also, thank you.
Lore?
We went up to 12 out of 60 for our follower goal, which I think doubled what we had at the start of the night, so that is awesome. Please, if you enjoyed anything that happened here, please do tell other people about it. Catch up on, someone was asking in the chat, where can we watch the previous episodes so we can catch up? That is YouTube. There's a link in the chat. As soon as Twitch deletes my VOD, it is scheduled to pop up on YouTube, so it will always exist on the internet somewhere for you to find. Catch up. And there's a back catalog of stuff that we played. Tyler ran some stuff.
Yeah.
Last episode started with the TJ Maxx thing that
That's right.
Janie did.
It's
very interesting, good stuff. We will be back with more D&D on Wednesday night.
You can do some real stupid stuff.
I will be jumping off a plane to Ottawa on Wednesday. I should be landing well in time to get in front of a computer, but I never know the situation when I'm landing in a new place. But Maddie, impress upon Rob that y'all very much have my permission to start without me or to continue without me.
Oh, don't worry. I will roleplay Cheshire. Maybe like you roleplay
We have
him.
just be stressed, perpetually stressed.
Unless you're talking to an oil can, in which case I will threaten the oil can
and
with
Heron
its
Gods
entire life.
right out.
Yes. Yeah.
It's gonna be adjacent.
Let's see.
Also, tune in on Wednesday for a surprise.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
So you know.
I don't know
Surprise.
if what I need for the surprise will come in, but I'm very much looking forward to the surprises in general.
It's a good surprise.
It's a good surprise.
I promise you.
Let's see.
So good.
Anything else, guys?
I linked
Nope.
everybody's socials in the chat if you want to check out our own projects and work. Yeah.
Atta go. Also, we all are a fan of that thing down below me, MistyMountainGaming.com. It is the company that I work for. I think all of us have worked for them in one capacity or another at a show, or appeared at a show, or done something. If you want discounts on their dice, which we have some pretty awesome dice, not gonna lie.
We're getting new releases. It's gonna be great.
Use
back out. I put them away.
There's always our discount codes to help you save a little money when you buy them. So
Wait, actually, let me show off the liquid cores. We have liquid cores now.
Focus, or I'm going to kill you.
I also might. I've talked. To
Is it
Sophie,
these faces
I
that are making?
I
it
don't know if the
hard?
liquid cores are on the website yet, but they're coming.
I don't think there are. But
I want the liquid core so
find us at a
bad.
convention
I've been
and get some
talking
liquid
to
cores.
Sophie about possibly designing some dice, just so everybody knows.
And they're gonna be so
Wow.
cute.
Ooh, I have some vintage Misty Mountain fossilized coral. This is my snitch, though. Like, it usually rolls really well for me. So I tried to not use it too much, because then I think it'll run out.
I have the
We'll have
Robbie
those new ones.
Damon dice.
Oh, the Robbie Damon.
The
dice.
Robbie! The Wubby!
For those who don't know,
Robbie.
those
This is a true story.
the Aqua Cat's Eye are Robbie's go-to Dorian dice on Critical Role
Yeah.
from Misty Mountain Gaming.
Wait, no way!
Really?
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
Tabs gave him a set a while back, and he said recently that those are the dice that he uses for Dorian.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
god! That's so
Oh,
cool!
You know, match our favorite little sassy bard boy.
Yeah, now I have to! I love that weird man.
So I'm like, I have them. They're definitely worth it. They're so pretty.
So
Are
let's
pretty.
get our raid on. We have some of the people we follow in the community here who are streaming right now. but I think we're gonna try somebody new and see if we
Ooh.
can get them wondering what we're up to tonight. So we're gonna go to Dice Cream Sandwich.
That's cute.
Ooh, that's
I like
very
that.
good.
We're going over there.
Oh.
Whenever we get over there, everybody say sleepover episode, and if you have the Raging CN emote, use it.
Give him the
Do it.
raging CN.
Can
The
do.
chaos.
All right,
For the
guys,
chaos.
we are gonna head
Let's go,
out.
let's go.
In case you don't hear it anywhere else this week, we
Love you.
love you guys.
Love you.
We do.
Farewell and Godspeed, friends and adventurers. We'll see you Wednesday.
Raid,
Bye.
raid, 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 raid.
Raid, 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 raid.
raid.
Sleep up.